Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Yeah, well, it was when climax decided that he was going to be so incredibly daring and lock in the blind Karma.
Like they've really cut it down by a fair amount.
Whoa, there's an ulti from Henna. He is going to get bubbled though. Not under the turret, thank goodness.
But they don't have the mid laner on the map. Close is not there.
There's another bubble as now Willa just decides he wants to jump in on top of them. Wild Growth does absolutely nothing though, and there's a tidal wave. Sylvie's going to turn up. Cease and desist comes on through, but we've got a teleport from Closer trying to get him into the fight. Not going to actually have anyone. It's okay, never mind. Henna just dives on in. His sombrero, unfortunately, not actually able to lock down anyone. And now Sylvie, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. I don't know whether he necessarily needed to go in there, but might justify some of the flashes on FearX's side. Now Jiwoo running the wrong direction, and that's Willa able to lock down that kill. Peter, I would recommend just going home this time around, as now climax has found Closer, but Willa and Execute are very, very close by the flash over the top for the style 1v1.
You don't get that cooldown refund, and this is Closer where he found that 1v1.
Yeah, you can see already, climax started it off at a decent health advantage. This moment right here, though, just very clean from the young man. Not as young as the guy who just took down.
Yeah.
All right, another ulti here from Henna as they land another beautiful bubble. Peter actually being on point with those ones, but now the empowers are coming in from Willa, and he's just going to leap on top of Sylvie. That is going to be the kill very comfortably here.
Jax with the Triforce.
Oh,
Sylvie
man.
cannot walk up to him, and it is going to be a Cloud Soul.
Oh, the best possible soul, as well, especially for speed.
And still weather-based.
Yeah.
And now 2,500 gold lead. Pretty solid, but I think the bigger takeaway is the double dragon and the fact that...
Oh, all right. Here's a cease and desist onto Henna, but he is Zeri, and so he just goes over the wall, and everything is going to be all right. Still another fantastic bubble from Peter, who tries to save the situation. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane...
Guys, it's his birthday. Come on.
Yeah, stop it.
The fact they already have 6 Void Clubs means they should be able to. If they can get it before the contest comes in, be quick.
Yeah, Willard. Oh, no! It's a disaster as Sylvie is once again just having a horrible time. It's just not their game this time around, as there's a knock-up onto Dindon as well. That is very suboptimal. Closer's going to be able to lock down the kill due to that. About Dindon's play, that doesn't count. That doesn't fit into the mantra of let's just send it.
You know, but then there's also Sylvie walking up in the bot lane play, which is
yeah, also, yeah, not exactly a great example, I agree. Dindon walking up again though, and this time it is still not exactly the greatest, as Henna is just going to flash on top of him.
You know what?
Fire as well as an also his quick blades, as Willa eats all of the damage, utilizing his counter strike. Is now clear, looking for Sylvie, who goes down exceptionally low. Dindon realizing that he has to use his previously known as bear form, get himself out of the way.
Sylvie trying to get the dragon and he had to heal up.
Yeah. Well, this Drake is going to get started. That's a full culling tanked by FearX. Can't be bad news. He's not Henna back into this fight, so it's going to be all about the Zeri and whether they can lock her down. No flash for Sylvie, but he does have cease and desist. Let's see whether they can actually find something here, as Jiwoo with a big old Inspire shield. A bit of their health is coming back, is now clear. Looking for that flank angle, does manage to get a stun down onto Sylvie as tidal wave. Not going to hit Henna, but does hit Execute. I just don't think that's going to be enough to help them in this fight. They've thrown down a lot of cooldowns already.
Yeah, if that had clipped Henna, I think that might have been the signal to go. Kill the Zeri, win the fight. Oh!
All right, into the back line they go, as Sylvie is here by himself, and unfortunately he's just going to be chopped up. That's another kill for this Zeri. Circle's being thrown in by Dundon. There's the shockwave onto Jiwoo and that Udyr. As now Jiwoo looking to try and take matters into his own hands, but he's just dead. That is going to be the Drake taken, and then the Lucian immediately afterwards. Dindon is going to be chopped up, and Henna is going to grab yet another kill. climax throwing down some Qs and almost manages to get a Lulu. Unfortunately, he's the one that tasted purple. That's a double.
But... oh, not again, Sylvie.
Yeah, that's another counter-strike onto Sylvie, who's just being abused this game. That's Closer locking that one down. Now Henna takes a fair bit of damage, does have to use his barrier.
Yeah, I think when a Lucian dashes in on a Zeri and loses the trade with Nami backing him up,
here in this river, as the Baron is now down, and there is a Dominus. Calyx going to get stunned up. Oh my goodness, the bubble is decent though, as he just slices his way out. Tidal Wave for the disengage there, as well as Dundun. Possibly a little bit too close, but he runs real fast, so he'll be able to get out. And they are definitely succeeding in doing that. But now Dundun's hit. A circle will be delivered, and FearX will just ignore it. He is booping a few people, and now Henna taking a fair bit of damage. Does have to utilize the wild growth, but now he is going to be relatively safe, and Nongshim do have to back away. Still, 2 inhibitors go down, and they are going to back off, because that was a dangerous amount of damage. And so is this, as Closer just going to execute Sylvie.
Not a good game for Sylvie. Not a good game for Vi.
Not sure about that one for Closer, but still he's going to be able to flash his way out. Execute also getting the heck out of there. Mantra Q coming on in as Jiwoo's completely out of mana, but now Dundun's coming in, and these health bars are very low. Jiwoo, you have to be careful, as now Dundun trying to get on top of the tankiest member of the team. Clear going aggressive. Meek, he's going to find Calyx. Oh no, he's going to get chopped up, and now Dundun's dead as well. It's a double. The rest of Nongshim just trying to save themselves as Jiwoo losing a battle with a super minion. It's a disaster. Just looking to try and finish this one off. Only suffering 1 death onto Execute, and Execute would have it. He would not have it any other way, as there's another shockwave connecting this time onto Sylvie. And they're going aggressive. Not going to find too many with the ulti, but is going to be able to find some kills as he's now diving underneath. Has the wild growth there from Execute as well, and he's not even afraid of the fountain. He just runs right under there, picks up the triple kill, and there goes the game. FearX, they decided to use the anger from being knocked out of playoffs.
You know, it can take over the game, but it's very volatile. I feel like the FearX comp in general is very...
that is okay. That is a great stun onto Closer. Of course, you can just press that button. That is why the Talia does just kind of work.
If that rocket hit, I don't think he would have died, but definitely would have been getting very chunked out. They're now looking mid. Remember, Closer has no cooldowns apart from the flash.
Yeah, that's another seismic shot. There's a flash forward from Peter, and Closer going to waste no time. He flashes, and that is going to be Calyx following up.
Season's showing trades, and the knockback here. Yeah, really solid. I think ultimately had to flash the knockback there. Closer did.
Yep, beautifully done.
And yeah.
And it's Dundun, right?
Oh,
He's never going to be worried, as maybe they should, as Peter is not going to be able to flay away the horse lady too easily, and it's just going to be a kill going over to Henna. Yeah, unfortunate position.
I think that's a skirmish where you're liable just to end up losing it.
Well, there's a flash as immediately Cleanse gets Jiwoo out of there. He also has to flash in that moment as cease and desist on top of Willa, who does leap onto Henna here, and he's going to survive. Oh my god, Execute able to lock down Sylvie on the other side of the fight though.
Peter?
Okay, gonna flay back Execute. There's a flash. Magnus Storm crash down on top of Jiwoo as well, who does manage to take the lantern this time around. Calyx with a decent disengage onto Willer, and they do manage to take down Henna. No Zeri in the fight. Jiwoo is also well and truly out of it. 200 health and running the other direction. Still, it's a win for Nongshim as we transition over.
But oh, there we go.
Yeah, finally it is going to achieve some resolution as now Closer finds Calyx. There's the flash out of the way as perfect execution comes in, but he misses absolutely everything else. Cease and desist comes down, and now Calyx has got him at arm's length. 5-point strike doesn't work, and there is the punch to the noggin as Sylvie locks it down.
We'll see the replay. So checking the brush with it. Does find the Akali, flash the knockback, and then it sidesteps the Q there, but I think it was a bad angle from Closer, and then just didn't have anything left at the end, you know, ran out of steam.
Yeah.
It was that Q that was...
having the extra health, I think, has looked pretty good. As now Willer is going to dive on top of Calyx. Dash Cannon is going to connect this time around, and there is the kill. Some revenge for Closer as Execute roams on down as well to make sure that there is no counter kill. So able to get one back here is the Akali player, and don't really worry too much about it. That is going to be the outer turret in the mid lane going down, though. That could be even more valuable. So that's something that they will care about. It's also going to extend that gold lead a little bit further out as well, although it is still sitting at only about 2.5k. No real worries there as we move towards.
Closer is doing the walking version of TPing, where you just kind of walk behind them.
Yeah. That's kind of working out. You can see Nongshim now moving down, wanting to try and grab Closer as there's Weaver's wall. And Calyx, oh, they do get the teleport out. And now Clear is going to have to do some side steps, do some trying to escape from this one. Does manage to do so pretty comfortably, but they get the perfect execution out of Closer. Sylvia's taken some damage, as he generally has throughout this game, but now FearX gets some pretty guaranteed control around this Drake. No Weaver's wall, no cease and desist to try and help out with this one.
I will say, denying the flank, pretty massive. You can see Clear still looking for it, but losing the Vial definitely hurts.
Oh, Execute, he could find a huge angle here as now they try and pull back Clear, but there's a Magnus Storm. Not as big as it could have been, but it's still going to be good enough as Hannah locks down the first, grabs the second. It should be a triple, and there it is. Closer going to tidy up another. There goes the Jinx, and Calyx on his birthday is the last man standing. Execute just walks up to him, and now Hannah is going to complete a quadra as well. And you can see 3 items and a Zeal for Jiwoo as well. So this Jinx starting to get online as there's a teleport. They're looking for Clear. Cease and desist can come on through, and he does manage to tag him. Weaver's wall delivering the Talia over the top as Clear able to slice and dice and try and get himself out as into the Shroud goes Closer. Perfect execution, but I don't know whether it was named correctly for this one as Willa gets a lot of counter-strike value, but everyone is sort of just going in one by one. The Magnus Storm doesn't really get it done. The Jinx goes down, but the Cassante is going to be enough damage in the end. And Execute, he ain't doing nothing. It's a quadra kill for Dindin. They're going for a bit of an optimistic siege. There is Jiwoo taking a land to try and get himself out of there as Clear's going to get hooked. Back Calyx goes golden nicely, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Seismic shove, and they do manage to throw back the Akali. So from the grave, they get some kills, and now Jiwoo's getting excited. They're diving on top of Hannah, and Dindin, with all this extra money, is an absolute monster. And now he has a Jinx who's still alive. As Nongshim, they'll get another quadra, and now they'll deal with this outer turret.
And that is the Jiwoo you can trust in the late game. Great flash, just as you saw the moment they all look to dive. One of the Jinx, he manages to find an angle, manages to get away, and with another quadra kill, Nongshim firmly back in this game. Gold now even from such a deficit before, and honestly, they might just end. Yeah, Jinx with the resets.
It's 20 seconds until Closer is back up again, and I don't think Execute's going to be able to do anything on his own. Jiwoo, he's got teammates that can tank up these Nexus turrets. This is donezo. We are going to a game 3. Unless Execute has anything crazy to do about it. I just don't know whether he does.
Oh, they've got
he's the only one here. Okay, Closer is going to be up, but that is going to be it. There goes the Nexus, and Nongshim are still in it.
Malignant's interaction with Eclipse is just going to be the Udia for Dundon, which execution on some of the punishes, the early barrier burn, the flashes being burned. I think all these factors hurt them.
Oh, there's the Weaver's Wall. Yeah, I think that Execute is real dead. As Weaver's Wall isn't exactly long enough, Seismic Shove has to be flashed, and Henna sticking around for a little bit too long. Sylvie.
Never, you know, in the history of League of Legends, there's never been a perfect game for both teams in the same game.
Hey, that's true. And this might be the end of it now as you got Jiwoo dashing forward, gets the double knock-up with the Wild Growth. He'll tank a turret shot, but he also doesn't care. As Execute not going to be able to save this one. Q going to miss as there's a safeguard forward from Sylvie. Still wants to be able to find a fight, and they'll get another plate onto this one as Clear's moved over. You've got Dundon in exactly the same spot on the other side of the rift. He's going to blast cone his way in. We got a 5v5 as there's the Weaver's Wall. Nature's Grasp going to be collected. Oh my god! Right into the back line goes Jiwoo. He's got the Wild Growth and all of his health bar. And the Corki, where did he go? Oh my god, Henna is just going to be ripped to shreds by this Udyr. And they had a package, but it was thrown out.
Safeguard is an ability, you know.
Yeah.
Jiwoo does have barrier. There's also, you know...
Will he be in slice range?
You are now firmly dead.
Yeah. Call Me is going to at least discover that there is a Renekton here, but he is immediately just going to get locked down by the Nature's Grasp. Flashes, tries to get out. There's a kick for the disengage. Never mind, Call Me's just fine. He's throwing in the... Oh, and they pick it up, the Seismic Shove. Okay, it was all just a cunning ruse. It was a bait.
You know, I'm going to say it.
Call Me was the master.
Even though Nongshim don't have any Chemtech Dragons or the Chemtech Soul, I feel like the spirit of the Chemtech Soul really helped them out there, helped them survive.
My god, that was absurd. Okay, the culling Going to fly in here as Jiwoo associates Sylvie with Lee Sin, but he's a Korean jungler, so obviously Lee Sin is his favorite champion in the universe.
Yeah.
Peter, yeah, he's just out of there. And then Dindin turns up, and I don't even know how Colmy managed to find that angle. It looked like he was out of range. It hit one of these Qs, doesn't connect that one onto Henna though. As now Colmy tanking up a turret shot momentarily as they're all stacked up. The double bubble is massive, but so is Dindin. He's taken down very low though and does have to eat the wild growth. That is a big cooldown that now Jiwoo will not have. Colmy, I think getting this inner turret is about the best that they can do as he tries to dash. Does have flash still available and will have to use it. Nongshim,
yeah, I mean,
like
the Baron pull as well, like they managed to navigate it. They managed to get the health back on there.
And they managed to get wild growth back as well.
Yeah, it's all coming up Nongshim right now.
But I don't know whether I agree with the strategy, but the outcome definitely worked.
Results-based analysis.
Oh, that's what I am about normally. Okay, so ultimate does come on through here as Sylvie's trying to get himself out. That is going to be the Drake secured, but can they actually win the fight? Because Sylvie somehow slunk his way out of there. Yes, he wasn't able to get himself the Drake though, so that is definitely good news for FearX. Dindin tanks a full culling and then asks, and then what? And they say nothing, really.
Yeah.
Package delivered to the mid lane and they are able to take out the outer.
So I think they were a little bit aware of where he was.
Yes, somewhat short. It's not quite as egregious as the Scry's bloom from yesterday, as Seismic Shove going to pick up Willa. That's the jungler. He is so important in this moment. There's the kickback. It is onto the Renekton, though, not necessarily the highest priority. And he is just going to Dominus, keep himself alive. Still Nongshim with the health advantage. Weaver's Wall comes down. It's going to split up the fight as Henna has to dash out. It's another fantastic shove as the Lee Sin picks up a double. Now Closer is in trouble. Sylvie, he might just find one more, and there it is, the triple kill. And he's going to find Clear, but he's teleported away. Wants nothing to do with this at all. And Nongshim off the back of it.
Kick off Clear.
Yeah, I think it wanted to be on Closer.
Valked too soon, but then here, splitting them with the wall, getting the
I think Colmy may be in trouble. I think Dindin may be in trouble.
Nongshim, Nongshim, the scripts, you know, they're prepping for the playoffs. The script writers are very busy.
Yeah,
I don't think you can criticize them on this one.
Yeah, something about a rider's strike or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, why not?
That's more value for this Chemtech Soul.
He wants maximum shielding.
Well, here is a Weaver's Wall as Colmy comes in. We're going to look for a little bit more here, but not the Seismic Shove. That is going to go a little wide. FearX able to walk their way out. These rockets getting scary as Jiwoo over the wall. Culling not going to really connect, and they manage to take down the inhibitor. Dindin, does he take a damage? No, he doesn't. He took a damage. Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah. There's another one. That's back as well. Okay, now he's underneath the turret. I'm not sure about this one. He's dead. Wild Growth comes in. He is dead. He is dead. Yeah. So we kind of thought, yeah, he wanted to limit test, and he's now realized that standing in amongst 5 people, they've got back on this Baron. This is getting messy. But Jiwoo's health bar is still extraordinarily large. As I say it, a little bit of poke damage does come on through. He cannot be frontlining. Not just yet. And Dindin, he understands as now Colmy dives in. He is going to be able to find his shove. Loses most of his health bar, but he can afford that. Flashes go forward. And Dindin, he's a huge red circle, and it's working out for Nongshim. There goes the Corki, and now Jiwoo is unleashed onto the Rift. Execute. He doesn't really know where he's going. It's not anywhere good, unfortunately, as the Sonic Wave misses, but it does not matter. There are more rocks being thrown down here as Willa is going to Twisted Advance towards Colmy. The kitty cat going to help lock down. Oh, never mind! Oh, God, okay. Is he going to die? Is he?
Chemtech diff. It's Chemtech diff.
Oh, it is. It's Chemtech diff. There it goes.
You know, the 11% reduced damage.
Because I made this planned play, hoping to go down that incredibly low.
Calculated.
Yep, precisely. And he needed the Zhonya's for the next point, as we saw. So the first inhibitor going to go down on this push. Next one very soon to follow. And you mentioned, I mean, it's Exodia for another minute 20. And FearX, they just have to try and keep these Nexus turrets alive, but it's so hard into the Talia. Doesn't find the size. He does actually. It's onto Henna, and it last hits him. Now Nongshim, they are just going to break this one up. Jiwoo dives in. He is a tank. He is a monster. What was that! That's like old Zeri when she was giga broken. That's the quadra kill, another one. And Nongshim, they come back one mistake.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.